There's a reason some people stay on your mind for weeks, and others disappear the second they leave the room. It has nothing to do with how attractive they are, nothing to do with how funny they are, or how much money they make. It comes down to one invisible psychological rule, and most people break it without even knowing it. I call it the silent rule of attraction. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your relationships the same way. If you're new here, subscribe. Every video on this channel will give you a new tool to understand people and yourself. Hit the button while it's still fresh in your mind. In the 1950s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner ran an experiment with pigeons and a button. When he rewarded the pigeons every single time they pressed the button, they pressed it a few times, got bored, and stopped. But when he made the reward unpredictable, sometimes it came, sometimes it didn't, the pigeons became obsessed. They pressed the button hundreds of times. They couldn't stop. This is called variable reinforcement, and it's the same mechanism behind slot machines, social media likes, and attraction. When someone is 100% predictable, always available, always warm, always always responding instantly, your brain registers them as safe, known, neutral. But when someone is warm, then a little distant, then present again, your brain does something different. It releases dopamine, not because of the reward itself, but because of the anticipation. Your brain starts asking, what does this person think of me right now? And that question is the beginning of obsession. You know that feeling when someone usually texts back instantly, and then suddenly they take hours. You find yourself checking your phone, rewarding your last message, wondering what changed. That delay created a gap, and your brain tried to fill that gap with meaning. That's not manipulation. That's just how dopamine works. Think about the last time someone complimented you out of nowhere. Not the person who compliments you every day. You barely notice those anymore. The one from someone who never does it, or from someone who seemed a little distant lately. That compliment hit differently because it was unpredicted. The most attractive people in any room aren't the ones chasing attention. They're the ones who can disappear, physically or emotionally, and come back fully present. That contrast creates a pull, a gravity, not because they're playing games, but because they have a life outside of you, and that is deeply attractive. Now, I want to be clear about something. This is not a manipulation tactic. This is not about making someone feel bad on purpose. This is about understanding your own patterns. If you're constantly available, constantly reassuring, constantly performing for someone's attention, you're removing the one thing that keeps people engaged: uncertainty. Healthy attraction lives in that space between connection and independence. You show up fully when you're there, and you have a life when you're not. That's not a trick. That's just being a complete person. But here's the flip side. If you find yourself obsessing over someone who runs hot and cold, now you know why. Your brain is not falling in love. Your brain is chasing a dopamine loop. That's worth knowing, because you can't fix what you don't see. The silent rule of attraction is simple. Predictability kills desire. Presence creates connection. And the space between them, that's where real attraction lies. If this made you see someone differently, a past relationship, a current one, maybe yourself, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And subscribe to the channel, because the next video will pick up right where this one left off. You don't want to miss it. In the next video, I'll show you the one signal that tells you whether someone is genuinely attracted to you or just comfortable with you. There's a big difference, and most people miss it. See you there.